Hello, welcome to Army Public School. Today we are going to see about two popular functions or commands of MySQL, that is update and alter. So first of all, we are going to start with alter command. See, alter command is used to modify the structure of the database table. That means if we want to add a new column in the table, we use alter. If we want to change the name of the column, we use alter. If we want to delete a pre-existing column, we use alter. And if we want to modify the data type of the column, again we use alter. At the same time, for changing the size of the column, alter command is used. So first of all, we are going to log in into the database MySQL. Now use APS show databases, show tables. Now we are having A, B, depth, EMP and cell GR. These are the tables that we are having. Those students who have already seen the previous videos, I think they know about these tables. Now first of all, we are going towards EMP table. So select asterisk from EMP. This will show the content of this table. We are having EID, name, post, salary and department number. Now if suppose we want to add a column in this table, like in this table EID, name, post, salary and department number is given. Suppose we want to add a project number on which the employees are working upon. So at that time we need to use the command alter. So first of all, we need to write alter, then table name EMP. Now add column name, that is project number, and then its type I am passing int, then semicolon and press enter key. Now you can see query OK, 10 rows affected, records 10 duplicates, 0 warning. That means we are successfully added a new column into this table. Now if we look at the content of the table, so here we have added a new column, so the content of the table might change. The newly added column will have null values in every tuples. You can see here project number, we are having null values in every tuple or every row. Now second thing that we can do with it is changing the name of the column. So we are going to work on that column only which we have already added. So suppose project number column, the name is very long, we want to modify it and we want to change the name to pro number. So at that time also we have to use alter table table name, change old column name, new column name, and then data type. By the use of change statement, we can do two things. We can change the name of the column. Here we are doing that thing only. We are having old column name, project number, and we are changing this name with pro number. At this time, we can also change the data type too. Here in this case, we are using int again. That means we have used int while adding a new column in the table, and here also we are using int again. So the column data type is not going to be changed, but we can also use other data type too, so that the data type of the column can also be changed. Now I am pressing the enter key. You can see again queries OK and 10 rows affected. Now look at the content of the table again. Here also you are saying that the project number, the column name project number is being changed with pro number. So in this way we can change the column name of the table. Now next thing that we can do with it is changing the data type of the column. So to change the data type of the column, we can use two ways. There are two statement of alter table command which can be used to change the data type. First is modify and second is change. So first of all we'll go with modify, but before that we'll look at the structure of the table. DESC EMP. I think you already know about DESC statement. DESC or describe statement is used to describe the structure of the database table. Instead of writing DESC, we can also write DESCRIBE EMP. Both have the same result. Now here you can see EID int 11, name, post, pro number is int 11. Now I am going to change this data type size to pro number int 5. So at that time we can write alter table EMP modify data type name, column name, pro number int new data type, that is int 5, semicolon, enter. Now again if we look at the structure of the table, now you can see the pro number is having int 5 as a data type. Now again if we want to change the int 5 to int 11 by another way, we can also use change statement, and in that case we need to write alter table EMP change old column name, pro number, new column name. Again we do not want to change the column name, so we need to write the same name again, and then int bracket 11. 11 is the default size of integer. That means if we exclude the size, it automatically takes int 11. Now look at the structure of the table again. Now we are having int 11. Now there is one more thing that we can do with the alter table statement, that we can remove a pre-existing column. But before removing it, let us head towards the update statement. After updating it, then we'll talk about the removal of the pre-existing column. Now, if we want to update the relation, to first of all we will see the content of the table, select asterisk from emp. Now you can see we are having these columns. Now, pro number column, that is project number column, is having null value with respect to every tuple of the relation. Now suppose we want to assign some project number to employees. So here we want to assign project number 115 to all employees who is working in department number 10. Listen it carefully. We want to assign project number 115 to all employees working in department number 10. So for that we need to write update query. So in case of update, we need to write update table name emp. See, there is a first difference between update command and alter command. In alter command you need to write alter table, and here in case of update statement, we do not need to write table keyword specifically. We just write update emp, then after set column name pro number is equals to new val. New val means new value 115, where, and then condition, and now the condition is where the department number of employees is equals to 10. Now see, 4 rows affected. Why 4 rows affected? Because we are having 4 employees who is having department number 10. Again, if we look at the content of this table, select asterisk from emp. Okay, you can see here we are having project number 115 set to all employee who belongs to department number 20. Now again we move forward. If we want to change the project number, or if we want to set the project number of employees working in department number 20 to 120, so at that time again we need to write update emp set project number is 120 and where department number is equals to 20. Similarly, if we want to change the project number to 125 to all employees who is working in department number 30, we can issue the command like this. You can see update emp set pro number is equals to 125 where department number is equals to 30. Now you can see here, now all the values are there in the pro number column. Now moving forward, if we want to delete a pre-existing column from the relation, then what we can do? So for that, if we want to delete the column pro number, so we need to write alter table emp, then drop and column name pro number. Now if you look at this table, will get to know that all data is erased of that column. Now one thing that is very important here, if we want to modify anything in the table, so the data might get saved, and if we want to roll back from there, or if we want to undo the changes made, we cannot. Actually in case of alter statement, there is no way out. if we modify the table structure, so there is no way so that we can undo the change except backup and recovery. But in case of update statement, if suppose we have updated some value of that table and we want to undo the change, we can do that. But before talking about that, please have this example, see this example, and try to understand what problems you might face if you are updating the value of the table and you want to undo the change. So for example, here you can see employee 109 Ram, software engineer, is having salary set to null. I am going to change this value. So for that I am writing update emp set salary is equals to 24,500, where EID is equals to 109. Okay, now see the table again. Here the change is being done. Now if we want to undo the change, we can use rollback statement, ROLLBACK, rollback statement. Rollback, query OK, 0 row affected. But you can see the content of the table is inact. That means the content is not going to be changed. Why so? See, whenever we are using rollback statement, the intention of using it to undo the changes made by on the table. But one thing that you have to be in mind, the undo statement or rollback statement will modify the content of the table or undo the changes made to the table till the point where you have saved the content of the table. मतलब जहाँ तक आपने पिछली बार सेव किया था उसके बाद के सारे चेंजेस को ये अनडू कर देता है. बट द प्रॉब्लम हियर इज वी आर हैविंग वन feature in MySQL that is automatically on, and that is auto commit feature. Commit means save. Auto commit feature of MySQL enable the MySQL to automatically commit, that means automatically save the content of the relation after every statement or after every command. तो प्रीवियस केस में जहाँ पे हमने जब अपडेट स्टेटमेंट चलाया था या यूज़ किया था तो उसके बाद हमारा जो MySQL है वो ऑटोमेटिकली कमिट कर दिया मतलब सेव हो गया. अब उसके बाद जब हम रोल बैक करेंगे तो जो प्रीवियस कंटेंट था वो रोल बैक नहीं होगा. तो इफ़ वी वांट टू डू दैट, सो एट दैट टाइम वी फर्स्ट नीड टू राइट द स्टेटमेंट सेट ऑटो कमिट is equals to 0. Set auto commit is equals to 0 is used to set the auto commit feature to 0. 0 means off, 1 means on. Now auto commit feature is off. Now again if we write update EMPL set salary is equals to null, and where EID is equal to 109. You can see again the value is set to null. Okay, वैल्यू नल हो गई. अब अगर हम रोल बैक स्टेटमेंट यूज़ करें ROLLBACK सेमीकोलन एंटर, तो ध्यान से देखिए कि हमने क्या ऑटो कमिट को ऑफ़ किया, ऑटो कमिट को ऑफ़ किया, कब ऑफ़ किया है हमने ऑटो कमिट को? इस अपडेट स्टेटमेंट चलाने से पहले। तो इस अपडेट स्टेटमेंट के पहले जो टेबल में वैल्यू थी वो क्या थी? राम की सैलरी है 224,500, and after that we are setting auto commit to off, and then after we are executing the statement here, and then we are pressing the giving the rollback command. So the changes made by the previous command will be erased. So if we see the content of the table again, we'll get 24,500 as a result. So with the help of set auto commit feature, we can use the rollback statement, and if we want to explicitly save, so at that time we can write commit statement. Hope you understand the content of this video. Please, if you are having any problem, watch it again, and if again you are facing problem, please contact me. Thank you.